Hello everyone! After a short break during summer, I'm back here with my reviews. Of course, the reviews will be changed a little bit since I've decided to show myself, as I told you in my previous video. So you will see myself in the beginning and then at the end of the video. I guess that building up some curiosity is useless since you have already seen the title of this video. So, at Buzzaward 2018, Seiko released 3 models in the divers lineup, the limited edition models. One is the SLA 019 that I've already reviewed, and if you missed that video, please try to take a look at it, maybe you will enjoy it. Then the SLA 025, which is a really outstanding watch in my opinion, but unfortunately I don't think that I will be able to review it quite soon. And then the S23626J1, which is the reissue of the Seiko Golden Tuna, at least for the international market, and it is called the SBBM 040 for the JDM model, and I'm reviewing exactly the JDM model. The Seiko Tuna, in my opinion, is a watch that all true Seiko lovers should like, because it is quite outstanding and iconic for its design, and it's quite fascinating for the history behind it and all the solutions and technical solutions and technical features. The first thing that is quite fascinating and amazing is the fact that every single detail on this watch is there for a specific reason. So it has a function, it has a real meaning. So there is nothing there only because of design. Which leads me to probably what I think it's the only negative thing about this watch, real negative thing. But we will see it later on in the review. Let's get a closer look as usual. Usually I'm not spending too much time telling you about these kind of things in my reviews, but if you really want to appreciate the Tuna's qualities, you also need to understand what's behind the design. Since 1978, Seiko launched 2 Seiko Tuna models with quartz movement, the 300 meters water-resistant model with traditional screw-down caseback, and the 1000 meters water-resistant model, although it was rated for 600 meters in the past, with a titanium monocoque case. The shroud, which is a ring around the case, is in tough ceramic. At least I really hope it's very tough as they say. This shroud has 2 functions. It gives a better shock resistance and it's retaining the bezel. If you remove these 4 screws, 2 for each side, you can easily take out the bezel for cleaning or doing maintenance. And of course, every time you need to do a service to the movement, since this is a monocoque case and the only access to the movement is from the crystal. The box, as you notice, it's nothing special. It's extremely frugal and minimalistic, just like the tradition for the Tuna professional divers watches. When you're holding it in your hands, even before putting it around your wrist, you can actually feel it's a really substantial watch. The dial is so deep under the crystal, and that is because the sapphire is extremely thick to withstand the depth of 1000 meters, and it's also due to the monocoque case design. The dial is inspired by the one of the 7549-7000, and the only big difference is the depth rating. Here it's 1000 meters instead of 600. The hands have the usual style for Tunas, the same that you can find on all Tuna models produced until 2015, when Seiko decided to change the hands, making a big mistake, at least in my opinion, of course. The hands are brushed with a very peculiar finishing so that they look almost iridescent when the light hits them, and they're so beautiful. You can see how the light plays with them. The bezel is quite tight without being too tight. I'm trying to explain this. The bezel on all Seiko 1000 meters quartz Tunas has a completely different feeling if compared with the other bezels made by the Japanese brand. Clicks are subtle but very firm at the same time. In order to operate the bezel, you need to use a certain amount of force, and this detail, in addition with the shroud that is covering 2/4 of the bezel itself, here and there, makes rotating it randomly by accident virtually impossible. The dial glows wonderfully in the dark. It's on par with the other 1000 meters quartz Tunas I've seen so far. On the bezel, the only loomed part is the triangle at 12. The ceramic shroud isn't exactly black, it's more like a very dark gray with very nice matte finish. The crown doesn't have any S logo on it. The caseback, as you can see, has still the Marine Master lettering, and of course you can find all the other information in common with every 1000 meters quartz tuners: ceramics, titanium, stainless steel. There's also limited edition and individual number. In the center, as usual, there is also the estimated expiration time for the battery. According to my personal experience, on both tuna 300 meters and 1000 meters, the declared battery life of 5 years is quite pessimistic. I still own a SBBN 021, where the supposed end of life for the battery on the caseback is in the second half of 2016, and yet it's still ticking strongly. The 7C46 is a quartz movement specifically designed to be used in the tuners, and with the exception of the ashtray, it has always been installed only inside a tuna watch. The best feature of this movement is its reliability and very low maintenance required. The accuracy stated in the specs sheet is plus/minus 15 seconds a month, but also based on my experience, it's usually performing much better than that. Since it's a high efficiency, high torque movement, it can move easily those big hands, keeping a very long battery life. During my review, I guess that you have noticed that I've installed an aftermarket strap. This is a flat vent strap by Bonetto, which looks perfect with the style of the Golden Tuna reissue, and it works also flawlessly with the beautiful original titanium buckle coated in golden PVD. The original strap that comes with the watch is great and as soft as all the other recently produced straps by Seiko, and it has also this metal keeper, which is very nice. My first Seiko tuna was a SBBN 015, so a 300 meters model, since I was quite worried about the size of it and I couldn't see one in person since it was a JDM model. I was extremely surprised to see how comfortable it was. So much that I still have that watch, and it's one of my favorite ones, and so much that I decided to try with a 1000 meters version. And with the 1000 meters model, SBBN 021 to be more precise, it was love at first sight. It was love at first sight. I can't say that the Tuna 1000 meters on the wrist is compact at all, but it's probably the most comfortable watch among all the professional divers watches on the market, considering all its features and its size. We're still talking about a watch with a diameter of 49 mm and a thickness of 16 mm, and 4 of them are at least for the very thick sapphire crystal to withstand the 1000 meters depth rating. But its special design with integrated lugs helps a lot with wearability, also on not very big wrists like mine. Usually when you're taking a wrist shot at a close distance, the perspective isn't the right one, and the Tuna looks even bigger than it actually is. Let's not forget also a very important detail on this watch. Even if it's built like a tank, it's very light because of titanium and ceramics. So let's end this review with my conclusions. This is a really iconic design, strongly bound together with a Seiko brand name and history. And it comes finally in this limited edition model with the traditional color scheme, so gold and black. And it comes also with all the features in common with the other Seiko Tuna 1000 meters quartz versions. So this is a watch that all Seiko enthusiasts and divers enthusiasts in general could and should enjoy. But there are two negative things. The first one is that I've talked about color scheme, because in this watch Seiko decided not to use titanium nitride anymore. They decided to use this sort of PVD coating in golden color. So I don't know exactly what's the reason behind it. Maybe it's because it's more resistant, maybe it's because they decided to cut some costs, I don't know. But I would have preferred the titanium nitride as the first solution anyway. The other problem, the other negative point in this watch is the price. For European market, the retail price is 2,400 euros, which is a really so expensive price. So I hope that you liked this video. Let me know in the comments as usual. I know it can be boring, but please subscribe to my channel. It's the best way to help me improve it and to make it grow better. If you like pictures about watches, you can follow me also on Instagram, and the link is down in the description. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Ciao!